Interception. Shake 'em up, shake 'em. I wonder if I have my light that can go in the front here because, hold on. I don't know. Is that light? Oop. Okay, hopefully it lights up. I can barely see, honey. Oh, welcome. Oh, we. It is peppermint. I had to. Woo. Welcome. Hey, what? Oh, I gotta move this. Hold on. Welcome. I kind of like. Hold on, you guys. I think. I hope it ain't messing up. Hold on. Because we got some stuff to talk about. Okay, now. Okay, I think it's going good. Okay. Okay. Alright, I had to make sure. I had to make sure. I'm like, hold up. Let's get to it. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to everybody. It's a beautiful Saturday, man. Me and mama was everywhere. I'm tired. This is like the aftermath. Because I am worn the freak out. She sleep. She beat me. We was everywhere. We was every freaking where. We worn out. So you guys, I was debating. I was like, should I go and get a Kindle or should I go get an iPad, you know, to watch movies? Because, you know, mama, she don't like it being just quiet, a quiet vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, she likes that little homey, you know, where it has like what movie, like something on the TV or something like that, right? So I was going back and forth. I was like, okay, what should I do? Like, what should I buy? Like, you know, because I was reading upon Kindles, and Kindles was like, it's like a book, like a series, like you're reading some type of book or something. I don't know. I'm like, I'm not familiar with that, because I'm like, what do I download on a Kindle? I don't freaking know about a Kindle. So I went to the iPad. It was saying that it's kind of similar to the same thing. So I got confused. So you guys know what I did? I said, you know what? I got a laptop, right? So I went and got a DVD player. I would have got a DVD player, right, to plug in, okay? And then I searched, and I was like, hold up, I know I got some DVDs up in here, right? So I have a whole bag of DVDs. Whole thing. And I'm tripping. I'm like, what is my problem? Like, I could have been. And this was on sale. This was $25, okay? This, you just plug it in, and then you just add, you know, already added the app on that, you know, goes with this. So that's what I'm gonna do, you know, and then she can get her little vibe in, because I don't see myself working with a Kindle or an iPad. I'll just stay with the laptop, and I'll go get me one of these DVD players, and we'll be plugging whatever movie you want. It's whatever. Stop being complicated, you know, because I was tripping all today. I was like, I don't even know how I would even do that, you know, because it's going to be specifically on just movies. So I'm like, man, I already got a laptop, man. I'm about to just, hello. Stop being complicated. I don't understand. Y'all see how I make stuff make sense? You know what I'm saying? It be so much in your head. You see how I did that? I divide and subtracted, and then I multiplied, and I came up with something simple. You get what I'm saying? This is what I do. You know? I'm covering the... Yeah, it's just like... So I had to get that out the way, because mama, she be like, I don't hear nothing. You know, because I have to have my devices for, you know, me editing and all types of stuff that I do on my devices. And then she'd be like, well, so I had to come up with something for her. So if you guys are wondering, if you guys out here and you guys are camping in your RVs, or you guys got your little models with your van set up, go, if you have a laptop, that's all you need for movies. You just go get you one of them DVD portable DVDs, and you just like plug it in to your laptop, and then you add, you know, you download, I wasn't gonna say add, but you download the app. It's a y'all know the little app that you download in order for this to work. Okay, a lot of you guys know about it. Okay, and if you don't, research it. And if you need, if you still need the answer, ask me later. Okay, I gotta look at it on my iPad, I mean my laptop, excuse me. You know, and I'll tell you if you want to know the app. Okay, but this is the more simpler way. Okay, all this extra stuff is like cancel. Just cancel it. You got a laptop, that's all you need. Okay, you just need to add the little portable DVD thing to it, and then you can watch your movies. You know, now for iTunes, if you want to listen to music and all that, you need to do the, you know, download your music on iTunes in your laptop, and then you can just, you know, have your little or you could just plug your phone up. But like I say, I always be doing stuff on my phone, so the laptop will have to be the device that we use in the vehicle. So I got to make sure my playlist is set up, because sometimes you may not have Wi-Fi, you know, unless you guys have a hotspot. Now this is for those, I'm speaking for those who are dealing with the lifestyle of van, you know, life, RV life. You know, y'all, we gotta, you know, we gotta be smart about it. Okay, we gotta come up with our little gigs, our little plugs, you know, that may work for us, especially if you got kids, or if you got dogs, you know, you got animals. You know, they not with the quiet vibes. They want to be distracted at all times. Like you got to have something playing in the background at all times. You know, it just, I don't know. It's just something that it makes them feel safer, like a home base. You know, it don't make them feel like it's just like weird. Some say, how do you start van life? You have to build. You got to get you a van, and you got to build. Yep. And I prefer you picking a van where nothing's in there. Like in the back, like once you go van, you know, van scene, you know, pick you one where it ain't got no, all that seats and stuff in the back. It's just empty. And then you can start from there. Okay. Then you like, okay, yeah, I can figure out, you know, how I want to put this and put that and put that. And, you know, yeah. Because that's how I started off. I had to make sure that, because some people be buying vans that already got seats and stuff in the back. What are you doing? There's vans out there where it ain't got nothing in the back. You ain't got to do all that trying to figure out who can help you take stuff out. And it's already empty vans. It's already made for you to be building. You can make your own little, hey, safe haven. However you want. Yep. Said, what do you do about parking? I park everywhere. I just don't park in front of people's houses. So sometimes I may go on the beach. I may go on the, curbside of lakeside, a lake view. And if I'm in a city, because if you having like, a contract, like you working, you could park anywhere, on the side area where it ain't no houses. Like you got to go to areas where it's like, it's trees that cover up, and it's like a fence that cover up. You be like, hey, park right there. Park right there. Just like where I'm at right now. I'm in a neighborhood, like in the area, but I'm parked in the section where there's no houses. They're just like fence and trees. You say, how often do you switch states? Oh, I don't switch. I'm not starting to do that until June. But if I'm working, like if I have a contract and I'm working for like 6 months or 7 months, I'm in that state. So it all depends, but like I say, if I'm working, I'm staying there I'm not going to state. No, I ain't rich. That's money, you gotta have that type of money. Gas is like, but it's, good thing that there's contracts that you can do 3 months. You could be there and then you could leave, and then you could do 6 months. You could leave, or you could tell, a company that you will be back at this time, whatever, and then they could put you back on. Like you got to start making like business deals with companies. Let them know your lifestyle. Let them know that, hey, you will see I am a hard worker. I do commit to a job. I do the job. You will see that, but I have a lifestyle to me where I stay. I do 4 months, and if that's something that they want to put you on as, do it. That's what I do. I be upfront, y'all. I'm blunt. I'm the bluntest person that maybe you probably ever going to meet. So I tell people, when I'm doing contract deals, I tell them I can only do this because my lifestyle. My lifestyle, I may give you 6 months. That's really the longest. Short term, maybe 2-3 months. When summer hit, I might gotta go. But I'll be back around. Within, December, no, not December, but September, November, I'll be back around. If I don't get any other opportunities, you get what I'm saying? If I don't get any other, contracts, then, then I'll swing back around here to my opportunity. That's how I do, but everybody's different. But I think the smarter way is to do it like that. Because you just never know. You're exploring the world. You like to go around and just, enjoy yourself in different vineyards. So you can't promise people 365 days out of a year. I can't promise you that. I can't. I know I'm not going to be able to do that. So I like, jobs where, you're working with children because they got the whole summer. So I'm like, hey, I might have to go, get a contract with the schools, because once summer hit, it's shut down, and then the next September you come back. As you see, y'all see what I'm saying? I like stuff like that where you're not always committed, like just keep going, like that's not gonna happen. That just why? Like, that seems a little bit too much for me. It got to be a gap in between. So if I was you guys, I would get connected to the schools district. Like I said, you ain't got to be a teacher. There's many, jobs that you can do within the school. You can work in the kitchen. You could be a flag, like a person that get the kids to school. You can do the bus driving, all types of stuff. And then you could be off once it hit June, like June 15th or, whatever. I don't know I'm not sure when they off, but I know it's about like in June, like the middle of June or something. You go about your summer, go do your thing. And then if you want to come back, you could, if you get another opportunity, goodbye. And, that's how it is. We here to joy. We are in a whole different lifestyle. That's what I'm saying. When you up here in van life and you doing RV, we don't move like everybody else. We're not tied down to a particular place and all this like stuff, standards of the world and how they do it. It's not like that. No, this is a relaxing, just, moving at your own beat that works for you. Okay? This is where we at. Okay? If anybody was wondering, we like, no. But since I would have left earlier if I didn't have to pay back a credit card, I would have left way earlier. If I wouldn't have to, pay back that credit card that I had racked up, I would have been drifting off on the road a long time ago. But I was like, nah, I have to pay back these. I gotta pay this thing back. It's only but right. It says, do you have pets? Oh yeah, I do. I have a you must be new. Yeah, I have a poodle, a toy poodle here. She's asleep. She got right here. Yeah. Oh, you said you're here for the first time? Yeah. Yep. That's my little dog. So that's why I had got this for her. I was saying how I had to figure out if I wanted to get a Kindle or an iPad, and I was like, I have a laptop, but I need a DVD, portable DVD thing to hook it up. So we went down there and I got her this so she can watch movies. I got a whole big old bag of movies, and she like a home base. She don't like all that quiet stuff. So I have a portable. I got a portable. What do you call them? It's not a boom box, but it's like a Bluetooth where I could plug that up to the Bluetooth too, and then it could be like she's feeling like at home. Spirit. They want to know your name. Her name's Spirit. And she got up. I was hoping that she'll stay asleep. We just got back. I'm tired. We've been up since early this morning. Literally, we've been rumbling around since early this morning. So I'm really tired. And she's just turned 2 years old. I'm waiting until she get 3 because they said when she get 3, she'll calm down. You know what I'm saying? With the excitement and the energy, because she's always in high demand of energy. And they said when she get like 3-ish or whatever like that, she'll start calming down or whatever. But I can't wait, because it's cool. It's good. You just gotta keep on upgrading. You gotta like, hey, we like this. And if you see a dog or what they like, you gotta get it for them. And if you see something that you like that makes it better, you gotta buy it. You gotta get it. Like if you like music, you gotta, get some stuff that, so you can listen to music. If you like shows and movies and stuff, you gotta invest in that type of stuff when you're in the van, because like we're hardly in here. It'd be like nighttime. That's when we get in here. We don't be here all throughout. Just in the van. No. We get here. It is just we be here at nighttime. Like right now it's 7 o'clock. So we're just now returning. Now. You say you like. Oh, thank you. Well, she just got a spirit to her. She just like free spirit. Like she's so like outgoing. So I was like, oh, your name is Spirit, man. Oh, I work at jobs where I can bring her. I can bring her there. She can ride with me, and she can come with me. So that's good. That's something that you gotta, that's what I'm saying. You gotta have your whole, like, change your whole reality up, your whole life up. And it's easy because it's something you want to do anyway. When you wake up to what you like, it's easy. You start manifesting, you start making that thing happen, and you got it. Because I had to manifest her. I said, I want a dog. At the journey, I want a dog. And then the man had called and was like, hey, I remember you back in when you went, because I wanted a dog when I graduated from high school. So the same dude that we were dealing with in high school, he contacted me and was like, hey, I still got the dog. I was like, oh my gosh, I remember you, you know. And it's crazy how you manifest when things start happening for you. I mean, crazy. It happens weird. Like, what the freak? What? I ain't heard of you in back, like, what? When was it? This is 2026. I graduated in 2010. I graduated in 2010, man. This man had contacted me and was like, hey, I still got the puppies. I said, man, look at this. And then I had her when she was baby, like when she was a baby. You said you in 2010 too? Yeah, that was a long time ago. I didn't even realize how long it was until I said 2010. I'm like, it's 2026. So I'm sitting up here like, dang, this was a long time ago. So, and I wanted it. I wanted it for my graduation. That's what I wanted, but it didn't work out for me. But yeah, it did go by fast. It's like, it's scary. It's scary at this time. I'm sitting up here like, wow, I don't even want to see no numbers. I don't want to see nothing. You know, I'm running through. Every time I see a number, I be like, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Because it's just scary how time passed. That's why I like to enjoy myself for this time of my life. I'm like, man, I ain't playing no games. I'm about to enjoy myself. I'm about to go out and live how I want to live, do how I want to do it. And that's it. You know, and stuff kept coming up to keep me in that same cycle, but I had said, no, I'm doing it this way. So you may, when you're deciding to do what you want to do according to how you want to do it, stuff gonna keep coming up to try to trap you back into that same cycle. But you got to keep rejecting it. You got to, nah, I already made up my mind. I'm doing it this. I'm going about it this way. That's it. I don't care about no offer. If it's not what my plan was for my life, that's not going to happen. And that's how I moved into this reality. You know, I had to keep rejecting. You say you've been on a healing journey. That's good. Yeah, I think we forever gonna be on a healing journey, but it just levels to healing. You know, but we gonna be on that dang healing journey because we got a lot of wounds to heal. Our journey, what we've been through, and I just feel like when you on a healing journey, it brings you peace because you're not around just ignorant folks. You know what I'm saying? You're not around people who stress you out and bringing all that BS all around you. You know, because if it's not them putting you into, you know, they problems, you know, they bring your problems on you. So it's like, it's best that you just, you know, ride the wave with your path. Because it's like, it feels good, you know. Less problems. You know, it's just, nah. Yeah, resting, taking it easy. Yeah. And then just keep on mapping out your reality the way you want it. How do you want it? You know, because that's what I kept asking myself. I said, man, it's something got to give. Something got to change. I can't keep doing that cycle. Nah, I can't keep doing that. You know? And that's when the Most High said, get into your imaginary gift. Like that gift that I gave you of creating. You know, he gave us a big gift of creating. You know, and I didn't know how deep it got until I started creating. I was like, oh, this is off the hook. Like, really, if I really thought that I had, you know, if I really, you know, knew that I had this type of gift, I would have started this when I first started life. I would have started this creating when I first started, you know, 21. When I first had to get out here, I would have started creating. Because that's the only way that you're going to have the peace that you want is when you start creating. Because you ain't gonna find it out here because it ain't gonna fit you. It's not gonna fit you. You're gonna be like, this is just still not me. I don't really, you know, you just can't get with it. But when you start creating, you like, this is it. That's why I say I wish I would have started creating at the age of 21. You know, it would have been a way different, you know, outlook on trying to get into somebody else's system, get into somebody else's program, you know, start trying to get tips and all this stuff from somebody else. I should have just stayed in here and start creating. That would have been my best bet. Well, that's what I'm saying. The Most High, He created you to be a creator. So He wants you to create. That was the whole point. But again, I feel like we got lost in the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just got programmed, really MK'd into this system to where we start settling. And we knew that one for us. We knew it. We knew when we first walked in there, man, this ain't for me. And we just sat there and kept going in it. I don't know why we did it. Because everything about it said we were supposed to leave. You know? It was already stated that, hey, man, leave. You had many choices at many given times and you settled. You know? And that wasn't the choice. That wasn't a good choice, and you knew that. And that's why a lot of you guys have bossed up. You said, man, I'm about to take charge this time. I'm about to start making better decisions this time. Because it was always a timing that you had to change. Like, hey, there it go right here. And you just said, nah. Oh, here it go right here. You're like, nah. It's like, when? Do it. Do it. You know, what is stopping you from doing it? You know, it was just like something that was binding you to that. You know, it's like, you don't have all. I mean, life is not forever. You know, we don't have that much time. I don't understand why people think that you live this lifetime, eternity. You're not here for eternity. Everybody gonna have to go. So you might as well start making decisions that's best for you. You know, even if you gotta make it today. That's why I start. It don't take much for me. I'd be like, man, I'm not gonna be here forever. I don't know when. You thank God that you wake up the next day. You don't know when that was your time. You don't know. We just going with faith. But you don't know when's your time. So, you know, it's like, why am I so fearful of making the right changes and the right decisions, you know, when I have opportunity? So that's what I live my life. People be like, how do you just do that? How do you just, we don't have forever? Do you really think that this life revolve around you? When it was time for you to go, do you not know that you got to go? Like, I just said, I'm going to do it like this until my time. And whenever that is. Shoot, I know it ain't forever. And how time be moving, we have a short period of time. People be so dedicated and stuck in a program, so they thinking like that's going to be like your safety or something. No, the program ain't gonna save you when it's time to go. No. You know, it's crazy. That's why I looked at life as being, you know, taking control. You know, taking control of it. You know, and especially if you're a divine one, you got like this crazy manifestation to you, where if you start thinking of something and you start writing down stuff really start happening. I can't say that enough. If you really start writing, picking up a pen, start writing it down, that stuff start coming. Ask me how I know. I went back when I start, you know, before I start putting my stuff in his van, right? I started looking at notebooks. And because I was a type of person where I'd get on the computer and I had a printer. And I would really print out. Like, I was that type of person. Like, I'm better now. But before, I used to literally print out pictures of this is what, and I used to put the time. I used to, like, in 2018, I'm going to have me a dog. You know, now, the dog that I had put on the paper wasn't a poodle, a toy poodle. It was like one of them pugs. I wanted a pug dog because I felt like their face was so cute. But then again, somebody told me that pugs have health issues, that, you know, that you have to spend a lot of money because they can't breathe or something, because their nose is like smushed in their face or whatever, so they can't breathe, you know. So I said, okay, even though it wasn't that dog, I still had a dog at the same time that I said I was going to get a dog. It's weird. And then I had got a van. Now, when I said that I was going to get a van, I got a truck that time. It wasn't a van that time, but it was a truck. But I had turned the truck into, one of them. I had like one of them, canopies or whatever. And then I had turned that canopy in the back of my truck. A lot of you guys had seen it. If you guys remember, my old channel on here. Some of you guys remember I had a truck. I had a gray truck and I had a canopy in the back, and I had turned it into like a camping spot or whatever. But mama, she didn't like it. She didn't like the cut, like where we had to go in the back. She didn't like that. She felt scared. So, I had manifest. This is so freaking crazy, man. I had manifest. I said, okay, so the truck's not working, and I haven't paid off the truck at all. I still had like over $15,000 that I had to pay off the truck. And something happened where I took my truck to go get fixed at Pet Boys. And they did something to my vehicle to where they had to cash me out. Like I was on it, y'all. Y'all know I'm an investigator. So if I feel like, something going on that whatever you did, I'm going to find out. Somebody going to be in trouble. So some idiot had messed up my truck, and I had found out about it, and I had wrote a complaint about it, and I couldn't get in touch with anybody, so I kept going in and speaking to this person, speaking to that person, and then it got to the point where it reached headquarters. And when it reached headquarters, the guy was like, you know what? This will be a big issue if this lady take it to court. So what we're gonna do is cash her out with however much money this truck is. We're gonna cash her out. And somebody was calling me like within the next week or whatever, and was like, hey ma'am, there will be a check going to your bank account. I said, look at God. And I already put down what van I wanted to trade in, because I was going to do a trade in. But then again, I can really just go in and get the van without any payments or nothing. I could just get it. Most High said yes. Came down there. The man was like, man, we want that truck. We want the truck. I was like, you want the truck? It was like, the truck was already in my name, right? Because I already knew that the truck, I didn't want to deal with it because whatever that was going on with it. So the man, he was like, is there something going on with it? I was like, yeah, there might be some stuff that you need to get fixed, with the truck, but the truck is paid off. He was like, the truck is paid off? You paid? He was all jumping up and down like, you paid the truck off? I said, yeah, the truck is paid off. But I do see a van, in your yard, that I wanted. I wanted a company van because I already know this is a safety van, and I know that it comes with a lot of things. The gas is cool, if you're going to do van, you got to get a company van, you know what I'm saying? Because those are way advanced where, it's less problems, they keep up their vans, they have to pass a certain, a test or whatever every day. They got these company vans, they got to pass a test in order for you to drive it, and if not, they got to get everything fixed, so I got lucky to where this was a company van and they made sure everything was fixed. But this van also was an elderly man. He goes camping in the van, so it already had like locks on it. It already had like certain things already made on there. So it made my build easier. You get what I'm saying? Like I still had to build it, but it made it easier for me to build it out. Because he already had it in a certain way, a section. I had switched it up, of course, because, me, I don't vibe off of other people's, thing. But I'm just showing you guys how manifestation works, man. It's crazy. Like you would be like, how? You will feel like you stuck. And once you start writing down stuff and you start thinking, like saying stuff that's about to happen, I'm telling you, that stuff start happening. I mean, quick. Now, it may not happen the way how you want it. It may be a storm that you got to go through, because I was devastated when they did that to my truck. I was like, what the freak are you for? But that was God. That was the Most High, like, making a way for me. Like, these folks gonna help you. You know, they gonna help you get your reality that you wanted. And I was sitting up there like, man, I was going off. I was like, man, how dare you mess up my truck, and you know, it's squeaking, and it's I don't know what, something probably falling from the back, from the down. I was just like, man, and they was like, ma'am, like, they was like Pharaoh. Have y'all read on Pharaoh in the story? This is how they did me. You know, they was like, well, who's to say? Well, you know, we do what we do, and we did our job. Sir, if I pull out, you're gonna hear a sound. Are you like docile? Do you not hear that long crunkly sound? That wasn't like that before I dropped it off. What did you guys do? These folks, man, I took my truck, right? I took my truck to the owner. I had a Nissan, right? I took my Nissan truck to the Nissan shop, like the dealership, right? These people, the lady came rushing at me and said, you got a lawsuit. I said, what? They said, you got a lawsuit on your hands. These people put in the wrong knobs, like they had unscrewed something. They put in just random little screws that not supposed to be there. That's probably why the crackling sound was. They had made it where they was like hitting something together to where they broke the what do you guys call that? Like the you know, that what is it called? Dang, I'm not good with the car names or whatever, but y'all know to hold up the car, you know, the ends that holds up the tires, the rods. They broke it because they was like pushing something in that wasn't supposed to be there, and as I'm driving it, it cracked it. So that was already gonna be a couple, like, thousands of dollars to fix that, you know, because that's not something that you can go in and you can fix, you know. So they was just, lady was just listing. She was like, you know what, I'm gonna give you a whole printout and a whole documentation on this, right? So she was giving me pictures, she was giving me like whole rundowns of what happened. Man, the dude said, yeah, the tire rod, the axle, that's what it's called. And she was like, you know what, don't even, I mean, I would tell them if you want to, but I would take it right to court. That man, that headquarter man knew if I would have took them to court, he said, hey, I'm cashing you out right now. Because if I would have took them to court, that judge probably would have gave me more than what he cashed me out for. You know, because I had two opportunities. I could have took them to court, and I could have just, man, it would have been up. But he was like, you know what, ma'am, don't worry. You know, I seen everything. We're just going to cash you out how much the car is worth. I was like, man. But then again, I had went back to the book, and I was like, this is God. Because I'm telling you, right after I had, you know, the car was paid off or whatever, I had just that enough money to go down there and get that van. And then I did enough to do the trade-in, and then get, you know, the money to the money to get the van. So that worked out it was just crazy, y'all. But I'm telling you how your manifestation, it works. You know, you write that thing down and you be saying what's about to come. It's not fake. That stuff is real. Because my whole reality changed within that time. Within that last year. Was it last year? Or was it, I think, January? It felt like last year. It felt like December, but it was January. Literally in 1 month. Change. Within 1 month. All that. And then the build, I was building night and day. So literally it took me about 2 months. No, it took me about 3 months to actually finish my build. 3 months, because I had to really research some stuff when it came down to certain things that was irritating the crap out of me. I ain't gonna lie, the building, you're gonna go through trials and tribulations. It's gonna be so irritating to you, but once you get it, you get it, and then you start getting the things that you know you're going to want. You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't have everything that everybody else have. So if you know, yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Yeah, I have that. That's why I say certain things you just not gonna sacrifice. Like, you need solar power. You need a generator. You need a heater. You need AC. You need that fan up there right here. You need that because you could cook. I be cooking in here too. So you need that open. You need your electrical system as well. I have electrical system that I had to pay for. So it's certain things that you're gonna have to you can't be without. You're gonna want to invest in. And it's gonna run you a good coin, but it's worth it. You will always have it. You'll never have to worry about it. When situations happen, you wouldn't be like suffering. You would be like, it'll be regular. It'll be regular. So it's just how you want to build it and what you want. Because certain people don't care. There's certain stuff that I got, a lot of people don't even care about it. They be like, man, I can go without that. I'm like, everybody is different. Each is his own. Because I know I can't. I can't go without no heat. At nighttime, sometimes, me and mama, we love heat. So we got to have the heater. We got to have, like, that's the electrical blanket there. So certain times I may plug in my electrical blanket, and that will be enough. I don't need to turn on the heater or whatever. But certain times I do. I got a big generator back there. And this whole thing will be cozy. I had to spend a coin on it. But it was worth it. Because who want to freeze? You up there just freezing your little tail off. No, I don't have to. Why? You don't have to. And then you need a cooler. Some people have a refrigerator, but I got the little, cooler where you could plug it in, and then, it comes with a generator. It's a cooler and it comes with it, a generator, and you can have it where you have your stuff cold. So those are the things that this after you get past that, everything is sweet. After you get past the hard stuff or trying to figure out, hey, can I go without this? Do I need this? Do I need that? Then you're straight. Now you got to figure out how much storage you need. Because me, underneath the bed, that's why I had the bed like that. Normally I wasn't gonna have my bed like that, but I decided to have it like that, like a kind of like a it's really, it don't have no legs. It's actually, it's like, it's kind of hard to say, but it's nailed in kind of like what do you call them houses that's kind of not a studio, but the houses that look like, ooh, y'all know what I'm talking about, like them what is how you got the beds all the way up here and then you got the stairs down here, lofts. Yeah, loft. It's kind of like a loft, where it doesn't have any legs down there, because I wanted more storage. I wanted my storage to be, enough, so it won't look all like bulky and look all bunch of stuff, so you got to figure that out too. Like, where's your storage to store all your stuff? How you gonna, because when you're RVs is different. They may already have the storage where you can go in, but if you're building, like I'm talking about from just you, like from custom, you got to figure out, hey, because I got storage in there and I got another storage in there and then I got a storage underneath. This is where all my hats and scarves and socks and bras and underwears and all that stuff is. And on the other side is my electrical system where I get all my all my electrical stuff. It's the same little thing like that side is on this side. You get what I'm saying? And then you got the underneath. You get what I'm saying? So I was particular about my storage, because certain stuff I'm not sacrificing. I need my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. And then I got mama's stuff too. So she got her side and I got my side, So, and then you got stuff for your generator, and then your cooler is on one side, so y'all know how to get to the nitty gritty when it comes down to building on these vans or whatever. Now RVs are kind of, you still got to be, you know, particular about the RVs too, you know, because it's only so much. And I know you guys are like neat freaks like me. Like, I'm so OCD, you know, I like everything to be all like, I wouldn't say neat, but it got to make sense. You know, things got to be put up neatly, you know. So especially when you got pets and stuff too, I have to make sure like stuff is clean and neat. You said you had a nice one, they destroy it. Oh, you let them destroy it? Would you let them borrow it or something? Dang, that's messed up. Because like I say, they would try to attack your stuff too. Because like I said, on my YouTube channel, I had on my shorts, I showed a video how, you know, it was attack on my car to where the hood wasn't all the way down and it hit the windshield. I had to restore that. I had to restore it. I was devastated, you know. I was like, what the freak? How did that happen? He said after storage, yeah. That's these people, they be hating, man. They be hating bad. You should have moved it around. But if it's at the storage, shouldn't it be like locked up? Like, shouldn't they made sure it was locked up if it was in the storage? That's a lawsuit. They can't do that. They cannot do that. They have to make sure everything is locked up. I would have did a lawsuit. I'm sorry. It would have been, definitely would have, I would have took them people to court. Are you serious? You cannot do that. You cannot let other people terrorize other people's stuff in your company. It's a company. It's through a company. They're responsible for people's items. Yeah, most definitely go after them. I don't be playing no games when it come down to stuff. I'll be waiting for stuff to happen so I can go and create a whole I've been doing that all my life. Now that I look at my whole history, I was in the courts. I was in meetings and judges all my life because folks tried me, man. I'm telling you, I don't play around when it comes down. I just, for real, sis, I'm so serious. I be in the judge. I know every judge know my name. They be like, here we go. Y'all might as well go give me a job. Because I don't be playing about these people. I will take you to court. ASAP. Don't play with me, man. Might as well do my stuff right. And if you're not going to do it, don't do it at all. Because you will end up with a subpoena. Will. And it's crazy because the lady was like, I like to serve. So if they give you a paper, I cannot be the one to serve them. I was like, you sure could. Because I guess you can't serve the papers if you know. See, and if it was on video, that's all you need. It's on video too. You should have been. Man, I live for stuff like that. I live for stuff like that. I'm telling you, all my life, I've been in court when it comes down to folks trying to do these things. That's my whole path. My whole path. When it was in the jobs, it was in with me dealerships and with me doing like deals and they trying to scam and all that stuff. I was in the courts and I won every battle. I have not lost not one battle when it came down to them trying to play with me, trying to scam me or trying to do something that's like terrorizing something of mine or trying to bamboozle me. I live for that type of stuff because I know exactly what to do. I've been through it enough to where I know exactly what to do. And they didn't expect me to have the time to do that because us, with knowing of, of how you look, you wouldn't take that proper caution. But the devil is a lie, because most of my people I know wouldn't do it. They wouldn't go that deep, but I'm definitely gonna go there. I would definitely go that deep. I definitely would have time. I do. And That's why I'm talking about judges know me. Because I would go that deep to get the justice for bull crap. And that's why when I see people that be going through that, I say you definitely need to take the next step. Do not let them get off of stuff that has to do with what they were supposed to do and what you're paying them to do. Especially when it comes with you paying and they didn't do what you paid them for. You say you let it go on 8 years. That's crazy. I don't know how you doing it. You too nice. You too nice. Only if we would have met 8 years ago, I would have been like, hey. And if we were in the same area too, hey, we going down there. We're going down there early in the morning. What time they open? We going down. And I'm not talking about going down there to the company. I'm talking about going down there, to the courts. We're about to sign a paper, let them know, trying to figure out what court date we have and when we gonna show up. Yeah, that's what we gonna do. Because that's one thing that a lot of us, so-called, we wasn't educated on, is going to court. Like, when it come down to court, it seemed like our people, we run. I'm running to it. I'm going to court. What you mean? I'm going to be the first one there. They're going to be like, ma'am, it's not time. The court it didn't open yet. I'll be waiting. Where's the coffee place? I'll go run and get me a coffee. I'll come back. Y'all be like, okay, yeah. They couldn't stand me, y'all. They could not stand me. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out in the past life, what was I? Because it's just like, I want to know. Like, I want to figure out, go to sleep and then get confirmation on what was I in the past life. I really want to know. Because this is interesting. You know how we just investigators and we just all about, getting to solving stuff and, crimes and just all these unsolved mysteries. Like, what the freak? What was we? Because it's like, if you really look down on it, really look into it, it's like nothing to us to get to it. Some people I ain't got time for all that. We be in it. And we bring justice to the situation through any means. So I'm trying to figure out what is this? Let me know. No, I don't feel. I'm trying to figure out deep down. My soul is giggling right now, but I'm trying to figure out, man, I need to get down to it. ASAP, ASAP tree? Oh no, sis. What did you do about that? What did you do about it? Because there ain't no way. I know you didn't let them get over with that. I know you took them to court. Because the Most High, He pushes us to do this. Are you serious? Sis told me I know you took them to court. Say you did not take them to court. I know you took them to court. Because our people, we need to start going to court. I had an aunt that passed away. I think my grandma's sister. And I think she was the only one in the family besides me that took people to court. I really don't believe that people of us, of our kind, go to court. But we need to start. You know how the reason why these other folks out here, they be getting justice, they don't mind going to court. Something that's not justifiable and they messed up according to what they were supposed to do, they go to court instantly. They get a subpoena the next day. You know how many opportunities you had to come up, sis? I'm just reading everything that you had wrote. It's like you would have been sitting up on I don't know how much. I don't know what the... Man, it's so much that you could have came up. The Most High set you up good, sis. I don't know why. I don't know how you missed that. The Most High set you up very well. Because every opportunity that came my way, I had that helped me. It helped me out it helped me out a lot. He wouldn't allow it. That's just crazy. I would have been and took every last one of them companies and places to court. I would have been the first one there, bright shining early. Them people wanted to pay you off. And I'm telling you, when you start going, because this is what I had learned. And this is for everybody. This is what I had learned as a target individual, right, y'all? As a target individual, what I had learned was you never deal with situations like this trying to go there, like trying to go to the company and be like, hey, try to confront them. You never deal with it in like a federal way. You deal with it with far as the justice system way. You don't go and you don't try to bargain and say, hey, you did this, and people don't, what the freak? They gonna be like, it's your responsibility. Get out of my, company. Okay, but once you get that paper, let the justice system, let's go through it that way. Now they scared. Now they ready to, hey, okay, what was you saying? What can we do to fix this? That's what I learned. I don't never deal with it by, saying how I feel. You get what I'm saying? Don't do that. Okay, because that's not doing nothing to these people. You deal with it through the justice system. And I'm talking about the rules and regulations that they broke. And once they get that paper, they'll be giving you a call back. Ask me how I know. Because I tried it. I tried like, hey, I noticed this was, done to me, and that these folks slammed their door in my face. I said, okay, then I'm going to deal with it another way. And that's when I'm like, you know what? I would never deal with it on a person-to-person basis. I'm always going to go through the justice system. I'm always going to go through it that way. Because that's when folks get my business is at stake. Oh no, investigators and all these folks are going to start getting involved. You dang right, ma'am, sir. Because that's what you're going to respond to. You ain't going to respond to me trying to tell you what's going on and what you did. So I'm going to let them hand you what you did. This is how, as a target individual, this is how you got to deal with things. Because they thinking like you're not smart enough, you're not intelligent enough to go that way. We can just get over on you anytime. We can do whatever we want to do with you, and we're going to get away with it. You're not smart enough. You don't have that type of IQ to go through the justice system and actually know how to take the proper measures to doing that. The devil is a lie. And if you don't, you're going to find out. So when they start doing stuff, I never contact them. I let them contact them, and then they start contacting me. I always have a third party when it comes down to it. Because with you, they're going to play around with you. These folks will tell you anything and everything and do the opposite. And keep playing with you however long you're going to keep on going back and forth with them. No, I get a third party. I let them handle you. I let them handle you. That's why there's a justice system. And everybody got to fall through under it. But I feel like a lot of divine ones, we don't go through it. We don't go that way. And it's like a lot of us need to start going that way, because the Most High set you up in a way that he's trying to set you up to, for your life up. Because a lot of y'all got so many things that happen to you that is breaking the law. That these folks, if they get caught, and if you bring that and you guys got evidence too, what the freak? I live for this. Let me have evidence. Let you do anything. I'm going down there. I'm not going down there to them. I'm going down there to the court. Set me up a date. Get this thing started immediately. When is the date? Thank you. What? I've been doing this forever. I'm talking about, I've been doing this since 2018 in the courts. Since 2018, because they've been started with me. They've been doing stuff, and I tried to talk to them, and they wasn't. Hey, they thought it was a key. Okay, we going to the court. No, ma'am. Okay, we'll do this. Okay, we'll do that. Checks was coming left to right. Things were getting fixed and things were getting replaced. Ain't nobody playing with them. Who said it was a game to play? You thought I was really about to play back and forth with you? I would go to a third party every single time and let them handle you. I'm not about to play with you. I'm going to let them. Remember, we got a third party. We got a justice system. That's a third party. You breaking the law, I'm going to bring that to them. What are we talking about? They don't think that you're smart enough. You know? They don't think that you're on that level to do that. They just think like you're just some random out here that they can just keep playing with you, keep scamming you, keep on, doing all this stuff to you. You know? They messed up with me because I live for that. I live for that, man. I'm telling you, I'd be like, let's get started. I'll be on cloud 20. I love it. Because I be ready to go to court, man. I'm telling you, I'm supposed to be, man, that's just my thing. But then again, every time I want to go to court, they always end up cashing me out or something. Like, I never got a chance to actually be, have my little black skirt and my little button up. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a court like, yeah, judge, Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak, okay? So if we could, can I use the board here? Is that something that I can use? Because I got evidence that's showing things that took place according to my case. I want to do that. I never got a chance to because they always end up being scared and end up cashing me out. But I want to. I want to put on a pencil black skirt and a button up. I want to. But then again, it never gets that far because folks be getting scared. But I do. I want to do that. Right? It never gets that far. They always be like, ma'am, we can settle this. I'm like, oh, you want to settle it, huh? But I was about to go buy my outfit for the court. For the court hearing. She's serious about this. I am. Are you crazy? I live for the courts. Walk up in there. It's today. This is today. We could take this down there to the trial if you want to. I got time. We can go to trial. I got time. I got many more outfits. I got much evidence. I'm like, I can't stand her. Should have never tried me. I tried to work with you. That's not the case. So that's why we're here. I'm going to mention that every single time. Judge, I tried to work with them. They didn't want to work with me. I'm telling you, I'll be on my stuff. I'm telling you. So it's like when the Most High when the Most High allow these folks to do that to you, is because you're supposed to bring it to the courts. You target target individuals. You're supposed to bring it to the courts. You're not supposed to let them folks just bypass and play around with you like that. You can't keep going back and forth. You got to cut it off, okay? This is a bunch of foolery. I feel like you're playing with me. So now I got to go through a third party. We got to set up a court date. That's it. They don't like that. I'm like, why? Why are you taking that measure? Why? What the audacity? No, I never got a lawyer. I was going to be the lawyer. No, I never got a lawyer. No. And I won every case. I never got a lawyer. Nope. And then there was people that wanted to represent me. I was like, no. I got too much evidence. This is an easy case. I would see if I needed help. But I didn't need help. All the evidence was there. All of it. Papers stacked this big. They didn't want me to go. Then right when I set up court date up, phone calls ringing. Ma'am. I was like, who the freak blowing up my phone? They're like, we're trying to get in touch with you because we're going to try to do a settlement. Now you want a settlement because your lawyer told you ain't have no chance with what I'm bringing. So because I'm telling you, they contact their lawyer, and their lawyer tell them this is not a case that you want, right? And that's why they call you back, because they know that they don't have a chance of winning. If they had a chance to win it, they probably would have, But with targets, they understand. You got the evidence is already there. What happened, according to what they tried to do. So when it comes down to courts and all that stuff, they don't want no beef. They don't want their business shut down. They don't even want to be known of it being like they running a business like that. You're exposing them. And this is what we do. That's why you shouldn't play with us. Because we look like, oh, it's somebody to play with. But we ain't no joke. We the ones that we were taken there. We came here because we have time to do this. Mama, be quiet. This girl, look at her. Look at her, y'all. Look at her. Spirit. What? You need to be quiet. What you trying to say? She trying to speak, y'all. What you trying to say? Y'all see she's trying to talk? I feel like the toy poodles are actually like human. What was you saying again? What? You want a treat? Huh? She want a treat. Because right when I said you want a treat, she ain't had nothing to say. You get what I'm saying? That's crazy. And then I'm talking to y'all, and that's when she want to talk to me. Look at her. This is what I be talking about, y'all. Do you ever want to know? Y'all get what I'm saying? Them treats come out. And then she felt at one point, she felt like she can talk. Do y'all hear that? Oh my gosh. I don't know what's up. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with she started talking and everything. I said, what was that? She started talking. Like, what? Oh my gosh. I'm telling y'all, I can't even talk without her wanting to talk. But yeah, you guys, Most High be setting y'all up for life. When y'all in situations like this, take it to court, please. Do not let them slide. This is y'all big thing. When this stuff start happening, y'all coming up. Ask me how I came up. I don't be having money like this. I be coming up off of these folks, off of your op. Didn't the Bible say that your enemies are going to be the ones who bless you? Every time they come and do that, it's an offering. You can set up. You cannot let this bypass. That's your blessing right there. I didn't miss now one. I said, oh, thank you, Lord. Here we go again. I didn't miss now one. I didn't miss now one blessing. You ate all those that quick? Okay, you ain't gonna get none for a minute. That was a lot. He said my cat do the same thing. Yeah, cats be... yeah. They be so like all in your business. They said, yes, they would. They supplied my whole, dang near my whole life. They supplied my whole life. Literally. I'm telling you, I was like, thank you, Lord. It came through every single time. Yeah, they'll take. That's why I had to. Oh, I thought you had hopped up in there. Look at her. Get mama. Get. They'll take the. They would. That's why we have to hide it up here. Cause I tried to hide it down there, and she found it. I said, no way. No, you did not sit there and find it. She found it. And then she tried to hide, and she tried to, act like I didn't see her. I'm telling you, they be knowing what they be doing. Because I be like, how you going? I see your head. She tried to duck down and tried to, man. I said, you have found the trees. Because their nose is so, like, sensitive. They can smell. They can smell, like, from far away. They got a, like, good, like, the sense of smell is crazy. So you can't really even fool them. I had to put her all the way up here. But you know what? I'm probably going to have to try to get one of them stepping stools or whatever back there or whatever. Because she be feeling like she can jump down or whatever. So I'm going to see if I can get like one of them, go to like one of them thriftway stores or something and see if they have one of them little stepping stools so I can put by the bed so she can just come up and then she can go down. Because I'd be scared. I think she going to fly out and that's it. She's done. So yeah, that's the only thing I feel like I'm gonna add to this thing is like a stepping stool down there, like right there by the bed or whatever, so she can go down. Cause ooh, this is crazy. But like I said, if anybody, it's many little tricks to building if that's what you guys want to do with y'all life. Now, me personally, I feel as though that's the best route. With a divine one, because we don't like to be in cages. We like to be free. We don't want to feel like we bound to something. It's like prison. It's like the penitentiary. That's what I felt. That's why I had to make the decision to do what I, had to do, because I felt like I was in the penitentiary for real. I was waking up and I felt like I was in lockdown. Like it was time for me to do this for 8 hours, and then I'll go home and brush my teeth and wash my face and shower up, and then I gotta hit the bricks again. I was like, man, this is not. And then I couldn't have time to do whatever I want to do. That wasn't my life. It wasn't. That wasn't it. And then the money spent on some place that I never will be at. You know what I'm saying? I'm spending like 2,000s and extra and another 1,000 for this, another 1,000. I ain't even here. I'm not even here to even enjoy my spot. I'm not. I might as well like rent out the spot, because I ain't there. So I felt like it was pointless. Like, what are you doing? This is like a pointless life to live. It's like you working for something that you're never going to be able to enjoy. Okay? And then the money that you do gotta spend I feel like it's way more. Like they're like scammy. They're scammy folks. And then on top of that, as you are a target individual, understand what is gonna happen when you in these places. Now y'all heard my videos and what happens. You're getting monitored, watched. They playing with your electricity. They're playing with your water. They playing with the food in your house. Mom, sir. Moving stuff around. Y'all know. That's not something that we would want to partake in. So, I was like, nah. That's going to be scratched out. And then it's like living with somebody. Are you crazy? Do you know how insane that is? And more in prison as you're being a divine one living with somebody. They feel as though they have full custody over you. It don't matter if you are adults. It doesn't matter. They feel like they have custody over you, and you're supposed to like fall under what's going on. So it's like, what the freak did I sign up for? Like, you're not my handler. I gotta get up out of here. Like, this ain't gonna work either. I gotta cross that out. But you're not my handler. You don't need to know my whereabouts, where I'm going, what I'm doing. You don't need to know none of that. When I'm getting off, what's my days that I am off, what's my whole schedule. Excuse me? That seems a little bit creepy. What is it to you? You know? It's weird. You being the divine one, you can't do that either. You can't just go living with people. I promise you, it's not gonna work. It's gonna be creepier than ever creepy ever was. For real. You're not gonna like it. So it's just like process of elimination. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start eliminating things that you will think like you want to do or you want to try. You just process of elimination. Yeah, like, no, you're a divine one. Ooh, you cannot live with people. I don't care if they offer, you can. No. No way. That's gonna like assassinate your whole relationship with these people. If you go over there and you move in, no. Yeah, it was crazy. It was kind of like, dang, it's kind of like get out. Because then it's like, feel like you trapped and bound to them. You got to figure out how to get out. Because you've been in with them. You've been and lost everything. Trying to figure out, man, who plotting on me? Why is it so hard for me to even move around? Everything come my way. It seemed like it go. Ever since I walked in this thing. So, you got, I know, it's... Yeah, they've been over there doing that kitchen stuff on you. You'll never know what's going on. They be over there dedicating altars and stuff, making sure you stay and be bound. You be like, what in the world? Why do I feel like something going on? I just can't put my hand on it, but I know something up. Somebody doing something to me. You know? And you be bound there for 5-7 years and you be trying to figure out what is going on. It's been 5 years and I still ain't catch a clue. And the whole time is you were supposed to leave. But you didn't know how to leave because they unbound you, man. They unbound you. That's how scary this thing is, man. Being a divine one, I'm telling you, is no joke. Folks don't want to let you go. Some people be so dedicated to you to where they will try to bound you to them because you got good energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot of good things that's connected to you, and when they sense that, they don't want you to go. They don't want to leave. They don't even want to let you go. You say you called a shelter. For real. I'm telling you, or else you can build. Like me, I was like, I'm not a shelter girl. I had to build because I'm not a shelter. I really end up going to the jail. You know, they play with me up in that shelter. But some shelters are very good, though. You got to do your research. Some shelters are like hotels, you know, because I know somebody who lives in a shelter and it's like a hotel. You know, they support you. Like, they got some sponsor where it's like, you know, it's really good, really nice. It's really like a hotel, for real. You say you stayed for 1 month. Yeah, I know it felt like, you know, it felt better than how it felt when you was locked down. You know? Because, what the freak? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's very strange. It ain't nothing like you creating something and something where you can dwell. You know, I don't care what nobody say. It ain't nothing better in, you know, you knowing that you got something that you created for you. You know, that's heaven. That's heaven. I don't care what nobody say. Don't let nobody talk you out of that. Don't let nobody make you feel like, man, that's awkward. I ain't never heard that before, man. It's heaven. is heaven. It's the best feeling that you could ever feel on earth. Really. You know, that's why I say it's based on you gotta create. You know, because if you in anybody else's stuff, it's not gonna be any. Like some people like, oh, well, I already live. You know, that's somebody else's stuff. Them properties and stuff like that, where you stay at, though most of them are cults. Them neighborhoods and them apartments and townhomes and, you know, those were ran by cults, associations. They ain't already took over. Them places are tapped. They're watching folks. They're actually MK Ultra and children. You know, they're putting frequencies to make people go crazy and fight and argue. You know, and you might be right next to them. You trying to figure out why folks is on that frequency of fighting and arguing all the time, and, you know, and running all these crazy things going on in their home. Those are the frequencies they put in the neighborhoods, you know, that you dwell in. And some of them be nice neighborhoods. You be like, man, I never thought that this would go on in this neighborhood. Those are the frequencies that they... Have y'all seen Who Cloned Tyrone? And they was doing the testing, and they were like testing different people in them you know, in the laboratories or whatever, and the frequencies that they were putting out in different lab rooms were having people, you know, reacting a certain way. So this is the stuff that they'll do in neighborhoods. You know, this stuff they're doing around just in general with people. You know, they were already put frequencies out where, you know, they make people react rowdy and chaos and all this stuff. That's why you can't be, you know, can't be around that. I wouldn't. And I pay my money too? No. And you're constantly doing that, constantly making people react a certain way, causing crimes in the neighborhood based off of the frequency that you're putting out. Stop. Sit down. Sit down. It's crazy. That's why I said nah. Because if you guys pay attention to Who Cloned Tyrone, there's stuff that we go through. This is what they telling you what they're doing. A lot of people look past, you know, all these stuff that they're showing you. They're showing you what they're doing. You try to figure out why people acting all crazy, running around here. Those are the frequency energies that they're throwing out. That's why people acting like that. They put frequencies out and make you eat more, you know, make you eat all crazy. You know, you always hungry. You always craving something. You always want something. Those are frequencies out of that's what they're doing. You know, you're around folks, they fighting and acting crazy. They man. Yeah. Yep. These are tests that was already ran on it being like this could happen. You know, so they do it. They do it in laboratories first on different experiments, and then they do it out here in neighborhoods to people. It's sick. I know. Yeah, that's why I can't bound myself to communities, because it's too much control that they have with these people. And I ain't about to bind myself around people that's controlled. No, I gotta move around. I got to move around, man. Because that's all they've been doing. Because I was trying to figure out for a while now. I'm like, man, why is all these people, you know, acting crazy? It just keeps on getting crazy. And it's like something that's out of their control or something. You know, it just randomly happen. Like randomly. You be like, what? Everything was cool. How did all this happen? They been controlling these people for the longest. Even your people that you know, all of a sudden it be straight, and then all of a sudden they start acting crazy. You be like, what happened? And then like after all that happened, they act like nothing happened. They like, yeah, the next day they act like ain't nothing happened. That's control. These folks are controlling these people. And that's something that, hey, you respectfully want to stay away from. If you ain't got no control over yourself, why would I want to be around you? Let's just keep it real. I won't want to be around that. I don't know what you're capable of. Any given moment, they can just, you know, just send you a frequency and then you'll be off that. Nah. I got to be around people who actually are under the most high, and they had leveled up on the high vibration where they can control that negative frequency. If you can't transmute that thing, I cannot be around you. If you don't know how to transmute energy, I cannot be around you, period. If you have not mastered that, I cannot be around you. That's why the Most High had kept us in, isolation, so that we can master our gifts, because they're going to keep throwing stuff at, the world, like the people in the world. They're going to keep throwing that stuff, but you got to know how to handle that. If you don't know how to handle that, I can't be around you. What? You gonna be one of them experiments that, that went right, to where they now could use you with this frequency against the ones that knows how to control it. See, we gonna be good, because when it come to us, it's not gonna sustain. When it come to you, it will. We can't be around you. Who wants to keep going through that every day? That's hell. When we don't have to even be around you. But then they want to make everything cool the next day, but it's only a matter of time before they use you again. You get what I'm saying? They may let you have that little bit of time, but when they want to use you again, they can use you again. I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want no parts of it. You get what I'm saying? This is what I've been telling you guys. I know a lot of you guys have witnessed that. You like, man, what's wrong with so-and-so? Why? She was just cool, just a minute ago. He was just cool just a minute ago. And then all of a sudden, they just yelling at you and, and picking up, just start spitting and yelling and all this crazy. You're like, where did that come from? You were just cool. And then the next day, they like, hey, how you doing? What the freak? I can't be around you. Are these folks using you? I can't. You're gonna have to start making these executive decisions all throughout your life, because these folks are just not gonna have control over this frequency. That's why the Most High was like, we had to come up. He kept saying that. He kept telling us that, hey, we gotta work on ourselves, because they throwing this low vibrational, frequency at you, and if you're not high enough, they can maneuver and they can control you whenever they want to. That's why some of you guys just be seeing people that snap out of nowhere. You be at the gas station, all of a sudden somebody just, like a Thriller, and be like, you be like, oh man, they got this man too. They just start acting weird, tweaking and all type of stuff. I'm like, man, they got that man. That's why the Most High say you gotta come up, because you gonna get got if you don't come up. And our energy is high, so we can control it, and we got gifts to transmute it. When we feel like, oh no, I can see this is happening, so we go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? We go ahead and already get that thing out of here. Get it out of here. Get that energy up out of here. That ain't mine. I send it back to whoever that it was supposed to be of. That's not a part of me. Man, we get to go in. A lot of folks, they can't do that. They just let it overtake them. They just start going off. Start doing exactly what the frequency was calling them to do. Now they in chaos. Now they going crazy. Man, can't be around you. If you can't control it, that's why the Most High said, do the inner work. What do you think we was doing? You think we were down here just having a tea party? Man, we were trying to raise up our energy. If you didn't understand what was about to hit the planet, yeah, they would start, man, these folks will start acting crazy. If these folks want to use them against you and throw that thing at them, they'll start turning to a monster on you. You'll be like, man, we were just cool. All of a sudden, it's just a whole big old just scene. Where they just is going crazy. You like, wow, these folks. And then you think, you like, oh, wow, these folks got, hijacked instantly. It don't take much. And there's so many people on the planet that's low in vibration where they can do that to. They can do that to them. Then the next day they act like everything cool because I don't believe they understand what just took place. They wanted to do that to you too. They wanted to use you the same way, but then again, they don't understand that you're dealing with a high vibrational being, a hybrid. And they got gifts, knowing the difference between their energy and the energy that's sent to them. Yeah, we cleansing our energy every day, cleansing that bull crap off of us. A lot of folks don't do that. A lot of folks don't do it. You okay, mommy? I be having to cleanse her energy too. When you got pets, you gotta cleanse them up too, because they'll try to take over. They'll try to do stuff to your pets too. They'll try to take over. I cleanse mama out every day. I do. Every time I'm doing me, I cleanse her out too, so she could be straight too. Not playing no games. These people sick. They like control. They like to see chaos. They like to see this folks go at it with each other. They like to see people divide. You know what I'm saying? They like to see all this like evil. And they sit back and watch. Like this is a show. It does something to them when they see folks going against each other and folks arguing and fighting and all this chaos carrying on. And people become, divided. And become rivalries and all this stuff. They love it. That's why we're here to bring more love on the planet, because they trying to bring all this evil. Yeah, they love for the whole planet to crash out because they love evil. They love it. They don't love people. They don't like when people getting along and having a good outing and sharing love with one another and just, having a good time with others' company and, unity and all that. They don't love that. They want to see, they like, oh no, we're going to break this up real quick. Every time something that's like lovable, they like, oh no, this is our project here. We're here to break this thing up through any means. Makes them sick to see people love one another. That's why the Most High, he's like, our biggest job is to spread love. That's the biggest, highest vibration of the planet is love. So we can't just get hijacked and get out of that. They can't let them hijack you and turn you evil like them. You got to stay in that love. You just can't be around folks that, it's making you get out of your body. You're like, hey, I'm supposed to stay in love. So if you trying to get me to turn evil, I'm going to stay away from you. Because that's not the frequency I'm on. I'm always on love. I'm never going to change the channel to that. That's my channel. They hate that. They're like, man, we tried to get her off of that. We tried to get him off of that. Try to get them on some hate, some evil type stuff. No, we don't know how to do that. We don't even know how to live like that. Going around here just doing evil to everybody. Just because. Like, that. You know how impossible that is to us? We rather show love. It makes more sense. Freak, I want to just start some evil with somebody. For what? That don't even sound right to us. It's going around here trying to create evil, trying to make something just shake of something happening. That's crazy. But this is what they wanted you to be on. So bad. They like, man, if it's happening to you, why don't you do it? What? We not like y'all? If that's the whole purpose of what you were trying to do, you failed horribly. We just will stay away from you evil people. That's just it. You're not going to change us from it. you know, from loving. We're just gonna stay away. You're just gonna basically cause a line in the sand, or we stand away from y'all. That's it. Yeah. We're just gonna be like, I just can't be around you. If that's what you're on, I just can't be around you. Because I feel like that's just weird. Why would you even want to do that? You know? You always crashing down a lovable moment. You just want to turn it into evil. Any means. No, this is too lovey. This is too lovey stuff. And they create something that causes evil, destruction among people, places, and things. It's why we divine ones, we can't be entwined with everybody, because they got converted into that evil. They love it. They don't see none of it. But you like, man, why we always going places and, you know, it's not peaceful. You always got to get rowdy with somebody. You always got to argue with somebody, or you always complaining about something. Why can't you just be happy and enjoy the time? These are the people I'm talking about. If it's not they arguing with you, they arguing with somebody out here. You be like, man, this is just what you like. You just like just all this rah-rah bull crap. You like that. That's why you work so hard to make it happen every day for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be making it happen so hard. Nothing be that serious where you're arguing with somebody, you're complaining, you know, you're going back and forth with somebody. You run into them, you know what happened? You know it's so-and-so. You know, it's like, why is every day something happen? Why can't you just enjoy your day? And then why can't you just brush it off your shoulder? Whatever happened, just brush it off. It don't always have to dwell in your spirit to where you just is making you to a 10. You know, sometimes you just gotta brush off stuff. No, I'm not letting that. I'm like, oh no, we can't. You gotta click off this person, because they just, after you just said you about to hang up, they still on a rampage. You like, let me just hang up. Let me just hang up, because you're not about to ruin my spirit. And then I go to sleep and I'm thinking about all the stuff, the silly stuff that you and just brought to me. Now I ain't got no peace. It's crazy. This is what I'm talking about. These are the people they want you to be connected with, so they can ruin your spirit. So they can turn you into, you know, whatever they own. Calm down, mama. She's sitting up here looking at me, looking dead in my face. Stop, mama. You don't have to be so attentive. She's up here looking at me dead in my face. Because I think she's trying to figure out who I'm talking to. She's trying to figure out who I'm talking to. Like, girl, what? Talking to? Like, so she looking at me dead in my face. This girl. I be trying to get mama some friends too, like some dog friends. She ain't messing with nobody. I'm telling you, it was like some little dog named Rosa. It was Finley or Bentley or some dog. And I think it was some other dog named Levi or something. And mama, I said, oh, look, you got friends or whatever. And they was playing, and mama turned her back and went and left, like literally walked off. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out friends that you would, you know, you would mess with. Mama ain't mess with nobody. She not. 2 seconds, she was dodging them. Like, they dropped the comment, she was like, like dodging them, like trying to get away. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I was trying to see if she ain't messing with nobody. Yeah, I know, like, you know, me, she like, I don't be messing with nobody either, but I'm like thinking like she a dog, you know, they can just like run around or something. She like, man, nah, I ain't running around with this person. I ain't running around with her. Yeah, I know. But I was trying to figure out, because I'm like, man, you know, I'm thinking like she may want to, you know, connect or something, find some type of connection, you know, with another dog. But she like, The dog was like, meow, 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 like bark, bark, bark. And mom was like, I was like, dang, this is crazy. She was looking up. The dog was like, meow, 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 meow. Mom was like, she was looking at him, and she was like, I was like, let's go, bro. This is embarrassing. You know how to embarrass me, Brian. I'm like, let me get, like, you have a nice day, ma'am. Because this girl, she, I don't know. I guess it's just gonna be, what's that Will Smith song? Hey, it's something about me and you. Dang, I forgot. I was playing it earlier though. It was something about only me and you or something like that. Well, it probably is. Like, hey, probably just gonna be me and you. God dang. Look at it. Yeah, it's just the two of us. Yeah, there you go. It's just the two of us. Yeah, I had a plan earlier, but I'm like, dang, it's just the two of us. Like, man, we ain't messing with nobody. Dang, we ain't tried. The connection is not there. God dang, just the two of us. Yeah. Dang, that was like really flowing in the spirit. Mama was like, well, it's just gonna be us. I don't see it. Not there. Dang. And I just remember, like, with souls, it's like you definitely have to have like a soul connection. Like, you can't just, I don't know, it's so deep. I think our frequency went up or something, where it's like the connections, it has to be more than the surface for us to actually come together. I feel like, even with pets and stuff, I feel like it has to be like a deeper connection. It's just not gonna work with just us just going out. Like, it has to be more. I don't know, it's crazy. But a lot of people are looking for a deeper connection now, because I'm talking about back into like the 2000s. I'm talking about when we first, like 2013 and 14, folks wasn't really off of that. Now folks really ain't messing with you unless they actually have a connection with you. Like, it's deep. It's deeper now. It's deep. I'm talking about divine ones who actually had elevated. It's like you can no longer just be out here just making friends with but like not a actual connection. Like, it's not gonna work. Yeah, definitely cutting was crazy. Like I said, it's just the two of us. Literally, what you see is what it is. Dang, I don't know why it's so funny, but it is though. What you see, Mom, sir, that's exactly what it is. Because folks didn't make it. Folks ain't making it. It's sad, but dang, we gave it a good running and folks did not make it, man. Folks was really drowned. They really drowned when they tried. They were like, oh, I'm gonna make it. Nigga drowned. They was like, they got taken over by one wave. It wasn't even a second wave. It was one wave. They drowned under. Mama, move, girl. Oh my gosh. No, yeah, it's not gonna be. You gotta actually fit. If you don't fit, it's not gonna work. You gotta actually fit. And it's like, you can't even force yourself to fit. It has to fit, man. If it's not there. It's not there. And then it's like, if you have not done the inner work, you can't even surpass what you're throwing at you. You're getting overflowed, taken over by what they throwing at you. That's a problem. You're not going to be able to make it, because they're going to make sure you don't. That's why you got to come up so you can sustain the wave that they're throwing. They're constantly throwing stuff. And if you're like, you know, yo, you're being funny, this person's acting funny. No, you getting taken over. People, I don't think people understand that. They like, man, why is this person? You can't get in. Yeah, the Most High have chose you, but you got to do that work though. Because Most High had chose a lot of people out here, but once again, they didn't make it. They didn't make it. They didn't make the cut. He chose. You know how you go for, you get a letter saying that, okay, you're in the finale, right? Like you're in the finale. Like, oh, I'm showing up. I made it to the finale. I got chosen. I got a letter. Okay, but who gonna make it? You in the running to make it. You're not just chosen. Just, oh, that's it. Now you gotta make it. You know, you gotta do the work to actually make it in. You're elected, but who making it in? That's why it's few. Why you think we in a bubble? And we can't just go down the street and be like, yeah, hey sis, hey bro. No, you didn't make it. You like, oh man, you done pointing out folks that didn't even make it. Like, oh yeah, look, dang, he didn't, not him. Oh, dang, you didn't. He said, yeah. Yeah, you have to. That's the only way you're going to make it. If you got to go through there. That's the only way you're going to make it, if you go through there. Other than that, that's why a lot of people turn away. They like, what? I ain't going down there. They turn the other way. They like, I'm not going down there. But you were like, man, that's my only way. That's the only way. I got to go. You know, that's my only way to make it. Sit down. But those who ain't went down there, man, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna be weak to the levels that's been, you know, the frequencies and whatever they thrown at you. They're not gonna make it. They're gonna easily get hijacked. And it's really dangerous for you being around them because they don't have control. These people are close to you. These people are far away from you. They don't. It's dangerous. That's why you think we have to move around. You know, it'd be so solid and so dope to actually make it with your family. But sometimes that's not the case. You gotta ride alone. Because folks went under. You know, it's like slow, it's like, you know, if you're reading the Bible, Lot, you know, he wanted his wife to make it. They turned her in. You know, so he had to take his 2 daughters in him and get out. But he was like, man, what's wrong with you? They already converted her. So she couldn't go. They already converted her to controlling her. So he had to take his 2 daughters and he had to go. That's how it gets. That's how it is. And then it's just like you'll be forsaking yourself to stay in a toxic, overtaken environment. It's going to be too heavy on you because everybody going to be, you know, they're going to use everybody against you to the point where it's going to get too much for your soul. Your soul, you're going to get wear down every day because you're going to have to keep fighting that. You know, keep praying and that's too much. You got to go. Sally just say, that stuff hurt. It do. When you realize you turn your head back and you look at everybody, it hurts. It does. Mama, why you looking? You wouldn't even feel that way if you kept stop looking at me. She keep looking at. She's an empath. So she keep looking at me, thinking like I'm thinking like feeling sad. Like, what in the world? Yeah, she keep looking at me feeling sad and bull crud. Man, I'm telling y'all, it's tough. That's why some divine ones, we stay so long because we be like, man, that's crazy. We got to do that. They do be wanting full attention. They do. Especially toy poodles. They feel like they supposed to just have all eyes on me 24/7. You shouldn't be doing nothing else but be focusing on them. Yeah, it's sad for them to program them like that. Yeah, it is, man. I've always felt, you know, in the journey, I always felt some type of way because, like I say, you can really be vibing with someone in this world, but like I say, if their frequency level is not like yours, they can take over that person anytime. They'll be laughing at you thinking like, oh, you thinking that you're going to have a relationship with this person, and then all of a sudden they may take over them. Right in front of you, they will be your worst enemy. You know, they'll change up. Energy change, everything will change with them. And that's why I said, you know, you guys got to stop choosing people based off of society standards. You need to choose people based off of where you're at and spiritually. If you don't, you're gonna fall in that same category every single time. They're gonna keep playing with you. You know, if these people have not elevated in their frequency level, just understand what's about to happen in that relationship. It's over. They can easily use that person. That person is like a perfect candidate. And you do it to yourself because you're educated on this. You know this. You feel sorry for that person, but it ain't got nothing to do with what's about to happen. You know? Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. You have been played yourself. You said I've been. Yeah. It does. And then you realize, man, why does this keep happening? It's because you constantly keep picking people that are not on the levels of them controlling themselves. You know? So, this is what I've been saying. I've been saying this so long, you guys. Oh, Mama found a friend again? Oh, the dog is he's barking at the other dog. These dogs be having beef. The smaller dogs and the big dogs. Yeah. I thought Mama had seen some dog that she seen around the neighborhood. Cause she act like she want to be friends with them, and right when she see them, she'll hit the corner, like you thought, and then she'll run the other corner. She'll pump up the dog, like yeah, we about to be friends, and all of a sudden she'll just she'll dash the other corner. No. She be embarrassing me. Some people be like looking like. Shit, that dog had been and did all that hyping up, and then Mama just sit there and just she is crazy. Oh my gosh. But yeah, you gotta pick your kind. And if you can't, or you gotta just wait until the Most High He leads you to, a soul connection. It has to be really initiated from the Most High. Or else in this world, it's not gonna happen. You just gotta come to the knowledge of that. The Most High, He initiate, your people. He initiate your relationships. I'm telling you, it has to come from above, like the source. Gotta make that thing happen. The world, oh no, you're gonna end up always finding these low vibrational people that you're gonna feel sorry for, because you're gonna be like, man, this person gonna get taken over, because I can already tell the levels of where this person's at. They're not gonna be able to understand what they about to throw at them. No, some of them may not be karmic. They just low. They're just low in, they did no inner work. They didn't take that narrow path that you did, so you can come higher, because you elevated. Once you took that dark road, narrow path to elevate, that's how you got to overcome it all, because you went that path. They ain't even went that path. Some of the stuff that you're saying, they don't know about. They looking at you like they're interested in hearing about it, but you can already tell when they don't know about it. You already know they're about to get overtaken. You can forget about this relationship, because it's not going to be. These people are going to overtake them. They're going to get hijacked. And it's sad. Like, it's messed up. Because some of these people, like I said, they're not karmic. They just, You know, they just have not done that work to get elevated, to go higher. You know, like you did. That's how they can't mess with you, because you're on a high level. You're very high. Yeah, they end up turning on you. They have to. Like, this is what's going to happen when they get hijacked. They're going to turn on you. You know, and you can't be around them. After that, after they get hijacked, that's it. You got to move around. That's it. Don't even try to put some in your head or try to make it work or try to figure something out. There is nothing to figure out. You have to go, or you're in trouble. And to the Most High, initiate your people and your relationships. Do not count on you entwining with the world, and that's going to happen. Don't play yourself. Do not play yourself. This is coming from, it got to happen from the higher source. And trust me, it happens. Like, he makes this thing happen. Like, I seen it. I seen how the Most High, he does it. Okay? So don't worry. It's divine timing according to the Most High. Let him do that. Don't go out here trying to do it yourself. You know, because you already know what can happen. They probably already got these people. And then if they don't, just when they see you with them, when they see you with somebody and they're not high up, snatch real quick. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this person, they just, yeah, and then they just on your head. Don't do that to yourself. You know, don't do that to yourself, man. Wait till the Most High. Yeah, 2023, it happened to you? Yeah. It happened to all my people that I knew. And I had to wake up to the knowledge of, you have to come up. In order to overcome it, you got to come up. And the folks who have not came up, unfortunately, fortunately. And then you got to wake up too. Before you even come up, you got to wake up. You said, yeah. You said you still in the environment. Yeah, I don't know how you do it, sis. I had to get up out. No, my spirit was, man, them folks, it's like they start getting addicted to your energy, and they wanted to like constantly like, you know, feed off of it. And it's like they just made it their life or something. So it's like I had to move around. Because they got way too pressed and stuck on my energy. It was crazy. That's all I'm like, man, nah. Let me move around. Like, what are we talking about? I got to move around. You could feel it. You could feel them tugging every time. It's like, whoa, no. It's like, dang, you can't find nothing else to do. As long as you're there, you're like the centerpiece on the table. And it's crazy because the Most High was already preparing me for this since 2018. Literally, I didn't really know about it. I didn't really know what was going on, but literally, Most High was telling me basically to create and get ready for this time to come. Like, this was way in the future, because 2018, 2026, could you understand? He was already telling me what was to come. He kept telling me, man, sell all your, sell this stuff, get up out of this neighborhood. He was telling me since 2018, and I didn't know. I was working at the post office. I was a mail carrier, and I just got converted to being a full-time mail carrier, because they make you work there till like 2-3 years before they convert you full-time. So I was happy. I was like, man, yeah, this is cool. And I was doing my little thing, and I had like all types of cute little stuff in my apartment. I had like over, I went crazy, y'all know, and I loved it. It was so cute. And the Most I said, nah, get rid of it. Get rid of all that, and then van life kept popping up on my YouTube channel, and I never even really searched for van life. I was all into the word, like, scriptures and, brothers and sisters that was messengers and stuff, because I was on there too, and He was like, hey, sell your stuff. Get up out of this neighborhood. And it kept hitting me. And I just felt, I felt convicted even being in my apartment. Like, I used to like love it. And then every time that I would go there, I feel convicted. Like, I feel like I'm not supposed to be there. So I wouldn't even sleep in my room anymore. I would sleep in the living room. Because I'd be like, bro, I don't even feel like it's like even all like comfort to be sleeping in my room. So I slept in the living room. And I was like, slowly but surely, I was like, I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I need to really start getting ready because something about to happen. You know, and then I seen a lady downstairs from me. She threw all her stuff in her car and she took her 2 daughters and she ran off. She left. And that's what had me thinking, like, because that was the only person that I talked to down. I talked to that lady, and she would always be like, you know, I'll be looking after you. She always be like, man, I'll be the one looking after you or whatever, you know, because, you know, this, and I was like, at first I kind of felt weird, like, what you mean? You gonna be looking after me? But then the Most High said, no, she cool, you know? And when I had came back from my trip, I had took a trip somewhere, you know, and then I had came back and I seen her, how she just pulled up, she threw all her stuff in the car, and then she took her daughters and she left. And then ever since then, it just felt so weird. Like, as I was pulling up, it felt so freaking weird. Like, I was like, ooh, I ain't got that much time. You know, so I had went on Offer Up. I had downloaded the app and I started taking pictures of everything in my apartment, you know. And right when I had started posting it, I'll get a person every day like, I want that. I want that. I want that. I'm talking about, like, literally they was lining up from my door trying to come in and get that stuff. So I was like, oh, the Most High not playing with me, you know. And yeah, like, he was basically, this is 2018, like, he was instructing me that, hey, I have to get from among that neighborhood, like that, you know, the community, like, you got to go. So, you know, like I say, this was something that I had to get ready for, because this right now, what's happening, like, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stress that enough. You be thinking like, oh, you know, I don't want to look like I ain't got my stuff together. These folks is in trouble that's in these communities. You know, like, that's around, like, they don't understand. This is all about control. You know, and these are the folks that may be left behind. It's sad. But if the Most High ain't instructed you, like, gave you instructions to give that stuff up and keep it pushing, I don't know. I'm worried about you. I am. I'm concerned of what's taking place. What's going on? Do you not know what's taking place? You're not safe there. Stuff is getting overtaken. Cities and neighborhoods and stuff. These folks turn these folks into reprobates. You see it. That's what I'm saying. They're showing you. If you ever want to know why the Most High was saying, he ain't like he turned his back and he wanted you to, you know, live a certain lifestyle and all this. He was trying to save you. Because you weren't going to make it. That's love. But you was not going to make it in that. They had turned these folks they hijacked. These folks is working for these folks based off of the energy frequencies. They can use these people anytime. And you seen what it did to you being around them. It was already almost overtaking you being around folks that are had to deal with that type of stuff of getting hijacked every second. That's why the Most High was like, you're not gonna like that. You're not gonna like even being around, you know, in them neighborhoods and all this stuff. Pack your stuff and go. Stop. Sit down. You're doing a lot. I'm telling y'all, he told me this 2018. This is 2026 and all this stuff happening. He told me to prepare in 2018. He said, hey, I don't care how you're doing it, get rid of it. Go. And don't try to go to another place. Because I didn't instruct you. Because my whole mind was, okay, I'm just going to go somewhere else. He said, no. Do not go into another apartment. Don't go into another complex. So then I moved in with somebody. And he said, I should have built then. But I sat there and moved in with someone, with relatives, with my mother and, you know, my brothers and all this stuff. And that was another neighborhood that was already under subjection to that bull crap. And I didn't know at first. I just thought, like, you know, and it got worse and worse. And throughout the years, it got worse and worse and worse and worse until it was just completely just out of line. Like completely. To the point where I built like I was Bob of the Builder. And I was Build-A-Bear. Dusk to dawn made me feel like Noah. And I had to move around there. So the Most High, He knows best. Don't second guess, you know, the Most High when He's telling you to do stuff, because you don't understand. You're not believing in Him, and you're being disobedient. You're gonna like pay a heavy price. You're gonna suffer bad. You try to act like you didn't hear Him, or you know, you whatever you feeling like, you gonna pay. You're gonna pay a heavy price. That's why I move. When He tell me to move, I ain't got time to be paying no price. That price be, man, like suffering, like you don't know when you gonna get out of it. When you gonna have another opportunity. That's another thing. You don't know when you gonna get out of it. You don't know the next time. You don't know when you gonna have a way out. You gonna just override that way out. Like, nah, that ain't what He said. You know clearly, you heard loudly what He said. You heard what He told you to do. You gonna sit there and act like you ain't hear Him. That's a big price on your head. That's why this time, I was like, I don't care what it was. I made strawberries in my lemonade. And it wasn't even, I ain't even had no lemon. This time, I wasn't playing no games. Get me a, what? I need a ship immediately. I made the wrong move last time, but this time, you ain't gonna catch me making no wrong move. I'm gonna get in that thing. I ain't missing the ship this time. I'm gonna get on that thing. I ain't playing no games. Because I'm telling you, that was heartbreaking. Missing the ship. Most High give you that dang ship. And if you act like you don't want to get on it, man, that's on you. Because you know what it feel like. And you don't know when that next one comes, you looking back every day. Is that one? Is that one for me? Nah. Dang, is that one for me? Nah. Every day you looking to see if that ship for you. Because you know you missed that one. So you thinking like, hey, another one coming. Another one coming, but you don't know when. And some of them, they don't even know if another one ever gonna come. That's why I don't be playing. These days and this time, no. They trying to trap you. They are trying to trap you bad. You know, they ain't trying to scare nobody. But I'm just saying, like, it's, yeah, for real. You need to get detached from what you're seeing. This is some stuff that will get you trapped. You need to disattach to what you're seeing of it being like, oh, I'm in a bad predicament. No, you're not. You need to be getting away, like the Most High said. You need to be disattaching, and you need to be drifting away from this bullcrap. You see what they doing to these people. You see it. That's why you didn't want to be around, because you were tired of seeing that. It's hard to even see people go through stuff like that. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, you gotta listen to the call. Stuff about to start taking place. All hell about to hit. Most High say, hey Noah, build that ark. Get up out of there. Build it. You gotta build. You got to build. That's why ain't nowhere to go, because you ain't building. I felt that way too. I'm like, okay, you said I can't go there. You said I can't go here. You got to build. You either get you one that's already done, or you need to build. It's not safe. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse and worse. Mommy, you need to sit your butt down. Okay, I'm about to sit down. Sit down. Don't fall, but sit down. He said, you gotta get your money. Yeah. Dad, you would have been up. All them things that you could have got up, you could have came up on. I don't know how you missed that. Because, man, that's all love from the Most High. You could have definitely came up. You could have go down there at the courts and get you a court date. I'm telling the people, most of them people are going to not come. They're going to be calling you to try to break bread with you. I'm telling you. Because don't nobody want their exposure to be on their companies and stuff. Nah, you should have just went down there. They can't control you. They cannot control you. Trust me. I went down there. I don't know how many times. Literally, my whole life, I've been at the courts. I'm talking about with all types. Government jobs. The car scams. Bank scams. What is it? Repair scams. Court. I don't know how many times. All my life. I was not playing. I was like, thank you so much. Down there to the courts. Came up. Calm down, mama. Calm down. Sit down. And stop acting like that. But it don't matter. It don't matter if who's ever on their side. It's the point of who's in the wrong according to breaking the law. That's what they're going by. They're going by who breaks the law, and they need you to be scared. They trying to pump fear in you. Like every target, they want you to be fearful. Like, well, I ain't got nobody. I got the Most High. I don't care. I'm going down there with the spirit of Christ. You know, if it don't work, it don't work. But just understand that, you know, I know who's fighting for me. I know I'm not in the wrong. I know somebody got to pay for what they did according to the service and the fraud and the scam and just breaking just the policy of what they stand on. I'm paying you to stand on the policy that you had said that you guys stand for. You didn't do that. My belongings got what? Stolen. Vandalized. So I need compensation on something that you said that you stand on. This is what I'm paying you for. Man, I wish I would have ran into you. I promise you, it wouldn't have went down that way. Okay, Royal, I see you later. Yeah, it's like 9 o'clock over here, y'all. We could be on here all day playing with me. You know, We gotta watch some movies. I'm gonna see how to get this thing going. This little DVD porter. I'm gonna see how that goes. Oh, you said it's 12 over there? Where you at? Oh my gosh. Wow. That's crazy. It's 9. It just turned 9 over here. So this is what the sun. It's crazy because the sun is really still out. Well, no, it's down, but it's not dark. Dark. You know? In Indiana, wow. So you guys have like a 3-hour difference. I thought it was a 2, but you guys are 3 hours ahead. Dang, that is crazy. You guys must be in the south. Yeah, you guys must, because I'm in the west. So you know us, it's way slower over here. It's dragging over here. We got all day. It's like everybody be asleep, we still be up. Like, hey, is everybody up? Everybody up? Everybody still up? But I'm gonna let you guys get some sleep. I thank you guys. In Texas 11, that's what I'm saying. That's crazy. So Texas is 2 hours, and up all the way up south is 3 hours. So the further up south it gets, more ahead. Yeah, so thank you guys. I'm gonna get saddled with Spirit or whatever, get her food and get my food, and we're gonna watch some movies. So I'll catch you guys later. You guys stay fearfully and you guys stay wonderfully made.